Okay, this is our last lesson on notes on the open strings in the first position, notes on the A string and the E string. So to learn these notes, we first have to understand a new thing called ledger lines. And ledger lines are just extra lines that we add above or below the staff to play notes that are outside of the notes on the staff. So if you look at the A string, we have the notes A, B, and C. So two ledger lines below the staff, the note that's on that ledger line is your open fifth string, or A. One ledger line and the note below that ledger line is your note B on the second fret. If you remember, A and B are always 2 frets apart. And then on the first ledger line below the staff is the note C, which is on the 3rd fret. And again, B and C are 1 fret apart. So you have to memorize how many ledger lines you need to get a certain note. So remember that C is always on the first ledger line below the staff, B is directly below C, and A is below B on the second ledger line below the staff, 2 ledger lines. So if we look at lesson 14.2, 14.3, lesson 14.2 would be A, B, B, C, C, A, B, C, 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 A. We move down to the 6th string. We always have at least 2 ledger lines. So if we remember, A was on the second ledger line below the staff, you can see that G is directly below A. It's below the second ledger line. Then below G, we have to add a 3rd ledger line to get F. And then directly below the 3rd ledger line is E. So we have our open E below the 3rd ledger line, 1 fret higher, because E and F are always 1 fret apart, F on the 3rd ledger line, and then G below the 2nd ledger line. So if we look at lessons 15.2 and 15.3, I'll do 15.3 right now. We have E, F, G, E, G, G, F, F, G, G, E, E, G, G, E. So at this point we start combining strings. I'm going to go ahead and skip to lesson 17, which is the E, A, and D strings. So that exercise starts with C on the 5th string and then moves up to the 4th string. It would be C, D, E, F, C, B, A, G, C, D, E, F, E, D, B, C, D, E, D, C, A, D, B, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, G, F, A, B, C, D, E, F, D, E, B, C, B, C. Once you've memorized all these notes, the last lesson is lesson 18, the note drill, and this one's kind of challenging. So if you've forgotten any of the notes, you need to go back over from anywhere from lesson 5 or 6 or lesson 10 and relearn the notes on a given string. So when you look at the note drill, it's kind of random, but it's all the notes that we've learned on the first position, first 3 frets on all 6 strings. So that would be C, E, G, D, B, C, D, G, A, B, G, F, D, B, G, A, G, F, A, G, D, E, G, B, C, A, G, G, F, D, B, A, B, C, B, F, B, G, D, C, B, C, D, G, F, G, E. Okay, with a lot of practice, you can get all these notes memorized, and then once you've got that first position memorized, you're in good shape to start playing music and reading more challenging songs.